Drink your water, kids. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Fifi and today we are going to be doing the newbie tag. I'm not a YouTube newbie. I've been posting videos for years, but never consistently. But this is the first time I'm entering booktube. So this is the booktube newbie tag. I wanted to do this just to kind of talk about myself. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Let's just dive. Why did you start this channel? So when I was thinking about why I wanted to try out booktube and enter into that part of YouTube, 5 things came to mind. First, I just love talking about things I like. When I read books, I just want to scream into a black hole, which is the internet. There we go. Second, I love pretending that my opinions are somehow relevant. Fun fact that isn't entirely super fun. When I drive to work or from work, I love to pretend that I'm an actress in a Comic-Con panel and I'm answering questions about how I didn't use a stunt double for some car chase scene, and then everyone would clap for me and be like, Sophia didn't use a stunt double. That's my life. So yeah, same banana. Just talking to a black hole. Third reason is, this is cheesy, but I'm doing this for myself. The sole act of just kind of talking about stories and books and screaming your overwhelmed feelings into a camera is just therapeutic. If you haven't tried it, if you haven't tried talking to a camera or talking to yourself just with your phone, it's fun. It's therapeutic, it's narcissistic, but it gets me by. Also finding people who love the same books or different books and sharing the same overwhelming, murderous, psychotic feelings would be good. My fangirl personality somehow seeps into how I appreciate and love books. So a little psychotic, maybe. Also, I was inspired by my 2 loveliest friends who I love to death. We call ourselves the Grisha Triumvirate because the Grishaverse books kind of brought us together. It brought our friendship together. And these 2 lovely ladies have been the highlight of my 2021 so far. And we're going strong, guys. We're staying strong. First, it's Julia Delgado. She has her own YouTube channel here. She has also joined the booktube community at the start of the year, so I was very, very, very inspired by her. She recently uploaded her most recent read, so go check it out. And of course, the Crybaby Book Club queen, Fiola, who is the podcaster who was behind the Crybaby Book Club podcast. She recently just uploaded her first episode on a book called When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. So if you have read that book, go listen to her podcast. It is amazing, it is heartbreaking, it is sweet, it is fantastic. I love them. I love them. So go check it out. Lastly, I started this channel because I want a fully booked sponsorship. So fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? Nothing! As I said, this isn't my first YouTube video, but this is my second booktube video. I don't know why I didn't think about uploading this first before my last upload. But yeah, welcome. If you're here because of booktube, yes, I'm entering booktube. I love fantasy, whether it be children's fantasy, middle grade, YA, or adult. I also love historical fiction and spy novels. Also, I'm a fangirl, so mix all of those things together. Voila, I'm basically everything the internet hates. A basic woman. That is as unique as I'm going to get, I'm afraid. What are you most excited about for your channel? I don't really expect this to blow up because I've been here a while and I've never really uploaded consistently, like I said. But I guess I'm excited to actually have content to upload now because books aren't really going anywhere for me, I think, hopefully. So yeah, I'm just excited to have things to talk about. And I'm really excited to meet new people, you know, eventually, hopefully. I've been meeting a lot of new friends over on Bookstagram and on Goodreads, and I really love seeing people's opinions about books and just recommendations. I love it. I love the community. I'm all for that. Also, of course, I'm excited to read more. I mentioned in my previous video that I kind of stopped reading in college, and I have a lot of makeup for. So yeah, I'm just excited to just keep on reading. Why do you love reading? Because the world sucks is my basic answer. Like everyone else, it's the escapism for me. Also, I just love how with books you get to world build in your head. Authors basically give you the raw materials to create your own visuals, and it's up to you to kind of architect all of that and build it from the ground up in your brain. And that's kind of beautiful. What book series got you into reading? I was going to say Harry Potter, but then, let's be real, it's The Magic Tree House by Mary Pope Osborne. This isn't the first series I've read ever. I think the first was My Secret Unicorn by Linda Chapman, Stardust by Linda Chapman, peak fantasy. But The Magic Tree House by Mary Pope Osborne? Genius. If you don't know or have never read The Magic Tree House, it's basically about two kids, Jack and Annie, they're siblings, and they discover this tree house that basically whisks them away in a different place and time. I remember some of my favorites were Dinosaurs Before Dawn. That is the first book of this series, I believe. But I mean, dinosaurs traveling to a prehistoric era. Who doesn't love that? There are many. I think there are like 40 plus Magic Tree House books. I'm proud to say that I've read more than half of them, but I've never finished them because I kind of stopped, you know, growing up, I stopped reading them. Some of my favorites on the top of my head are probably Tonight on the Titanic, Civil War on Sunday, Before Sunday? I forget. It's a good intro to chapter books for kids. So if you have siblings, little brothers and sisters who want to get into reading, Magic Tree House. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? First of all, my favorite booktubers would be, of course, Julia Delgado. I also love Uncarly, Carrie Can Read, and With Cindy, among other favorites. I have many. And I don't really have a question. I would ask what their favorite books are, but that's all they talk about anyway. I guess I would just like to thank them for inspiring me to make videos about books as well. I just wish them all love and peace and happiness and good health and all the good stories in the world. What challenges will be the hardest with booktube? So when I was getting into booktube as a viewer, the average answer to this question when I was watching a lot of other newbie tags from my other favorite booktubers would of course be the pressure, as like obviously, because you know, if I gain a little small community with these videos that I upload, hopefully, you know, not saying that I would, but you know, potentially projecting that or manifesting that possibility, there would be sort of a pressure to read certain kinds of books, to have certain kinds of opinions towards stories, and you know, just pressure to create content and upload. And I get that. I tried becoming a full-time YouTuber when I was in college, never happened. But also now that I am kind of getting back into reading after stopping for so long, I would love the pressure kind of. I kind of love, which is why Goodreads really is a great space for me. It's such a good form of social media for me because I hold myself accountable when I read books. I actually finish things. So the pressure would be a hurdle, but also a good challenge that I would like to put myself into. Not saying that I want to give into like the bad social pressure of the community, of course not. I would still love to read genres that I love reading and give opinions that are real and true. It's just that I know that personally I have a I have very limited taste buds when it comes to, you know, preference in general. Not because, I don't know, it's just because I don't know where to look for books and where to look for movies. So I usually just go to the internet and look what other people are are reading and watching and listening to, and that's how I kind of get into something. So in the future, if ever this, you know, works out, I would love to get recommendations, and especially with genres that I don't particularly consume all the time. Like in a bookstore, I would go straight to the fantasy section because, I mean, that's my thing. But if I meet people who would open my eyes to other genres and actually make me go to other parts of the bookstore, that would be wonderful. I think also though, what would be a challenge for me is to kind of read books with a critical eye. I am the type of person to just indulge in things. I love consuming to enjoy, to entertain myself. But since, you know, I'm out here screaming into the internet, maybe it will kind of train me to merge my critical eye and my indulging eye. Maybe it'll up my Goodreads reviews game. They seem so subpar now. Who knows, maybe this channel will make me a better critic about things. When did you start reading? This is a weird question. But the first chapter book I read, like I mentioned, is The Secret Unicorn by Linda Chapman, because I bought it in a Scholastic book fair in school. That's the clear memory I have. My introduction to just being a bookworm, I think, would be The Secret Unicorn. Yeah. Here, my bed. Also here, my messy desk beside my bed. This is my entire TBR this month. This is a very unflattering angle, but I also read in the office during my lunch break. So yeah, I usually just download the ebook and I read in my desk, in my computer. I read anywhere. Yeah. What kinds of books do you read? I already mentioned this. I'm a slave to fantasy, also historical fiction and spy novels. And this is in the newbie tag questions, but books or genres that I would like to get into are nonfiction, particularly memoirs. I've only read 2 memoirs in my life, and I read them this year. So I would love to read more memoirs, more nonfiction. I would also like to dive into contemporary fiction because I don't understand them. I have a hard time, like I have a difficult time kind of grasping contemporary fiction, and I would like to learn how to appreciate them more. Also romance. I'm a big romance person when it comes to fan fiction. I don't know why I don't read more romance in books. So I'd also like to get into that. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Yeah, that's it. So there we have it. Thank you for swinging by. I would love to hear from you guys, whoever is watching this, Void, about your favorite books, and I would love to read them and make videos about them and talk about them with you all. Follow me on Instagram. Here is my personal and my bookstagram, and then follow me on Goodreads. Let's be friends. Let's talk about books. You are amazing. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and good afternoon, good morning, good night. Bye bye.